Welcome to Nerdities. Bitches.
Good evening, bottom feeders and underachievers. It's time to pull yourself away from your shitty lives. Sit down, strap in, get comfortable, get a little snacky snack and a nice beverage, because this is The Weekend, and I am your host, Justin, as always, joined by
Mike,
Kyle,
Ben,
Joe.
our sixth member, Delay.
in honor of X-Men 97 dropping on the Disney Plus this month. I decided, hey, let's try to theme it a little bit. We'll do some X-Men questions. We'll do some children's cartoons and movie questions, stuff like that. So, like we do, let's start strong with Mike's question du jour.
Yeah, I decided to keep the mutant trend strong. What established mutant ability, which gives everybody a lot of options, would you be terrified of having? I'll come out of the gates with, who here knows the character Chamber?
Ooh, yeah.
Most people's mutant abilities, when they pop off, they'll hurt other people, unfortunately, but usually they're fine. They're immune to their own abilities. It didn't happen with Chambers. When the energy started to flow out of him, his body couldn't contain it, so he blew the front half of his body off. Like a huge chunk, like from his jawline down and a part of his upper torso, like his chest cavity. And there's energy spewing out of there now, forever.
Yeah.
I don't think I don't think they've ever done anything where it's like, oh, we fixed that and you're okay now. No. He just always has energy flowing out of his fucking chest and mouth. So, that sucks.
I went with superhuman strength.
Okay. It's interesting. Like, I feel like these answers are going to tell us a lot about each other.
Because of me being me and never realizing how strong I am being with something in general.
Oh, meetings.
Yeah. I would absolutely just kill things.
Oh, you'd be so
Yeah, Lenny Small.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just path of destruction.
You would never ever know what a puppy felt like
Yeah,
again.
unintentional. Just everything would just be destroyed.
That's something I could have picked if I didn't already have that ability anyways.
Well, what do you got, Ben?
Yeah, what did you pick?
I went with Beak. He's essentially a bird.
I know Beak.
Hollow bones, lots of feathers in the beak, and I guess he doesn't fly, based on what I'm reading of this guy. He's just an ugly bird person.
The worst part of Beak was, when he was first starting to mutate, he didn't really have much feathers. So he couldn't even fly. He looked like a fucking plucked chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mad depressing.
Ew.
Right? Not the way you want to go through life. Beauty's on the inside, blah, blah, blah. Nah, fuck that. Although, he did bang a hot chick and they made a bunch of half pixie, half bird babies.
Oh, there you go. You know what, though, dude? You put him in a squirrel suit, I bet you he goes.
Joseph?
I went with Cyclops' laser eyes just because you have to live in those glasses. And
Go.
something happens, cracks in those glasses or something like that, it falls off,
Scared.
you're done.
You know what?
You're
You know what's even more fucked up? Is it the most recent issue where they explain how his fucking eyes work?
It was very recently during the whole trial, right?
Yeah. So he doesn't actually shoot the fucking lasers out of his eye holes. his eyes are actually like dimensional portals to like a hell realm where all the energy is
Jeez.
stored.
That's even
That's pretty
scarier.
sick.
That's weird. It used to be like, oh, he was solar powered.
Yep. Nope. Not anymore,
Nope.
kids.
Yeah, but he's
Demon Falls.
essentially Velma if he doesn't have his glasses.
That can.
But it's not shoots it, right? It's just that it's constantly coming out of
Yeah.
his eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't engage.
I almost picked the same thing, Joe.
I also have
Okay.
it. I also have it on my list.
You'll never see colors. You'll never see colors.
Your whole life, you're looking at a virtual boy.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's madness.
That's torment.
But you always look cool when you have sunglasses on. You're banging Jean Grey. She's like, you're buck naked with just sunglasses on, and she's like, damn.
Red
Come
sunglasses,
over, wow.
Yeah.
her red hair. It's a real motif going on.
Yeah.
She's sweaty and shit. I see what you're going for.
He's like, hey, so what are you into, Gene? I like guys that wear sunglasses all the time, actually. Funny you mentioned that.
Kyle had one.
Kyle.
I didn't say mine. I almost picked the optic glass from Cyclops. What I settled on was telekinesis, but not telekinesis, telepathy, but
Almost
more
like that.
specifically like the Omega level telepathy, because I get headaches that are like sometimes debilitating as it is, and there's absolutely I would kill myself if I had if I had that level of telepathy where I was just constantly hearing thoughts and voices.
What if you could?
I would just, ultimately, I figured like after a certain amount of time, I would get used to controlling the Cyclops situation, and my really only struggle would be like waking up in the morning if I accidentally knock my visor off my nightstand.
Or absentmindedly open your eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if I was Professor Xavier, I probably wouldn't be able to last 72 hours with that power.
I'd be worried about what I might do with it.
I'm not.
Not even intentionally. Oh, we know you're not.
No, I think I would. I think I would. My head would explode.
It's a valid fear.
Next question. Give a show you missed the X-Men 97 treatment. What's the show, and how are you continuing the story? I'll start. The Real Ghostbusters cartoon. And I would use it to bridge the gap between the end of the second movie and what exactly goes into play leading into Afterlife.
Would you include the game?
I could maybe pick up after the game then, because that's post Ghostbusters 2. So yeah, I would go from the end of the game, because it's canon,
Yes.
to Afterlife.
That would feel very, very much like, well, the hell was I going with it? Fucking brain fart. It would kind of be like Masters of the Universe, what they're doing with it, where a kind of a goofy show has to get serious toward the end.
Yeah.
For some really serious shit to happen in the next movie.
I'm-
So that'd be pretty fun.
Yeah, I think it'd be great.
Seeing Ray and Egon's fallout,
Yeah.
that whole thing would be pretty intense.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be great if they just come into the firehouse one day and there's just a few scraps of paper blowing in the wind? See a scene of him running all around looking for stuff. It's kind of silent, too.
Yeah.
Almost like the last few scenes out of the Clone Wars show. Yeah,
Uh,
that'd be pretty impactful.
Joe,
I picked Tiny Toon Adventures.
but they did that.
They did that?
Yeah, there's a brand
Teeny
new
Toons?
Tiny Toons on Max.
I had no idea that even existed.
It's fantastic. They brought everybody
All
back. they're in like actual college.
That was my whole thing. 'Cause I had no idea that existed.
Well, now
I
you
didn't
know.
either.
wasn't sure it was out yet. I knew they were making it.
Yeah, the day of Kelly's wedding, we were watching it on the TV in the room. Me and the boys. We watched. There was like 5-6 episodes straight. We were like, "Oh, that's pretty good."
What's Montana Max up to? Is he still a dick?
He's still a dick.
His money.
Yeah, he has money.
Getting puss? Dripping in that bunny puss?
I mean, they're not much older than they were. I guess they're all, still young.
How young? High school? If he's in high school,
No,
he's
no,
dripping.
they're in college.
Bunny puss.
College, I would say.
College?
College.
Dude, Montana Max is throwing all the parties, kicking all the guys out, and banging all the chicks.
You think she's giving it up to him? You think she's the one giving up puss?
They live in the woods, dude.
Who?
Yes.
Elvira.
Fucking Elvira's
What-
doing it.
Yeah.
Or Elmira, wherever the hell
Yeah, Elmira.
that's who he's tagging.
Yeah,
yeah,
well, the bunnies live in the woods. They want to live in a house.
Yeah. But it was
I
a
could
good
do a
time.
quick change since that exists.
Okay, Joe.
Ninja
That's
Turtles,
sweet.
and basically building up to Michelangelo becomes a Ronin.
We get
Go
Sears,
dark.
too.
Yeah,
That's cool. Can I pick two also?
No. What's your first one?
The Jetsons.
The Jetsons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
So what happens there?
I would like them to bridge the gap to the Flintstones. Have you heard the Jetsons Flintstones theory?
I mean, I've
watched
seen the Jetsons meet the
Jetsons.
Flintstones.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So there's a fan theory that Bedrock was the
the ground.
ground zero of like a cataclysm or like a nuclear bomb or something like that, and all the wealthy people, the Jetsons included, were able to live, in the sky above the clouds and shit. And this is why they had the cross back and forth between the Jetsons and the Flintstones, because the Jetsons essentially just like went down. And I would like to see them bridge the gap of the Jetsons.
But they already they did this.
Let me finish before you attack me. The Jetson Society having to go back down to Earth because they're overpopulated up top, which everyone knows the wealthy are always worried about that. And they have to
Just
build
start
like
dropping
farmlands
bombs
around
on
them. No, like they just got to start sending people down below, and the people down below that start getting sent down below, they're like, what the fuck? We're gonna live down here with these goddamn Neanderthals? Like this guy's wearing a nightgown, a cheetah print nightgown. The drunk. Like, and they all live with dinosaurs. This is crazy.
But this was already addressed, though.
But what I said is better.
No.
Not merit. I don't know about better, but it's got something to it.
So what's your second
Like-
one? Since you did a Joe for something that exists already.
Oh, the Mighty Ducks cartoon. They bring that back.
That was a fucking great cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I had an action figure.
I like that answer better.
Yeah.
I don't know where they'd go with it, but
Doesn't matter.
I like a Jetsons theme. They go back to Bedrock, and then they have a "We're not gonna take it." They take the animals. They take the Jetsons out. Jetsons get hung at the end of the show. By the way,
What the fuck, man?
I see it as
Jetson.
like cartoon Elysium.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
have to get up into the rich people world,
Yep.
and Flintstone is basically Matt Damon. Ooh, that makes perfect sense because Matt Damon could actually do his Boston accent.
There you go. Matt Damon is he's George Jetson,
All right, Kyle.
and I could go all day with that one. Go ahead, Kyle.
So I wanted to do a continuation of Recess, but I was torn. Originally, I wanted it to just be them like in high school, but I think it might be better if it's like a generation gap and they all wind up working at the same school
Huh.
as adults.
That'd be fun.
So, like, and it's all stereotypical, like, Vince is the gym teacher, Gretchen is a science teacher, Mikey's a guidance counselor type shit. And you think it's going to be like, TJ's the principal, but TJ is really like like a bus driver or something. Gus is the principal, and then like fucking Randall's the superintendent.
Solid.
Yeah.
Michael?
I guarantee one of you might have heard of this show. Brave Star.
I remember Brave Star.
Joe, do you remember Brave Star? Okay.
I
Brave
have to
Star
look at it
was
now.
the main character was a Native American guy.
Space Cowboys.
It was Space Cowboys, except the guy's horse was his best friend because he could stand on two
Yeah.
legs, and he'd walk around and stuff. But then he would transform into a horse.
horse.
Like his body would horse out. His face would stay horse the whole time.
Yeah. He was
And
like
you could ride him.
early BoJack Horseman.
Yeah, it was Space Frontier basically.
I remember this.
Yeah.
Okay. What I would like to do is do a deep sequel 40 years later. So what's 40 years after the 1880s? The 1920s. So it's space 1920s. It's space noir. It's this guy's ancestor doing space noir stuff. And he doesn't ride his horse. His friend is basically a car that talks. So it's space noir Knight Rider.
I'm into this.
I'll watch it.
I dig it.
Alright, that's that
It was a
one.
ridiculous show.
Very. Who, in your opinion, is the most powerful family in all of comics?
Is this
Automatically.
an opinion?
Yeah, I mean it can be
Hard to
argued.
quantify.
Yeah, it can be argued who is and who isn't. There's very many
There's only one for me.
strong.
Are we talking about strictly parents, children,
I think,
or like aunts, uncles, cousins?
I think it could be extended if you want.
Okay, because if you're extending it, then yeah, maybe. But if you're talking parents and kids only, how the fuck are you going to beat the Richards family?
Well,
The Bad
That's
Family.
what I picked.
If you're just talking parents, kids, how are you going to beat Reed, Sue, Franklin, and Valeria?
I mean,
Well, you have Batman the dad, Alfred the wife, and then the kids.
I fucking can't handle you.
But Alfred the Wife.
all right. So Kyle, that's your answer. Is the Richards?
Yes,
Okay,
Second that one.
Mike's.
I would say if you're extending it, then the L family or the
The West,
Summers family I would throw out as well.
the West Allens could be contenders.
Good.
Okay.
I
Okay.
had the Richards family, and then I went with the L family because I knew someone was going to say the Richards family.
Yeah.
I'd go with Richards because you have all the elements covered with the Fantastic Four,
Mm-hmm.
and then the kids. And if you're just sticking with Franklin and Valeria, then you've got at their peak power, you've got an unstoppable force. Her mind and his abilities. But then if you tack on, what are Alicia and Ben's kids now? They adopted
Yeah, they
a
adopted
Kree
a Kree kid and a
and a Skrull kid.
Skrull.
So they're former warriors who had to fight each other every night on like a prison planet, and now they're the kids of the Thing.
All right.
Pretty great angle.
I had a contender would be the Graysons from Invincible
Okay.
Okay, that is a good one. That
because
is a good one.
because in the comics spoilers, Mark and Adam Eve get hitched and have a kid.
Okay, that would be a powerhouse.
And then you have Mark's stepbrother. Spoilers. Who has the Vitramite blood in him too. But my pick is the Endless.
I mean, that is okay. If there's anything that's gonna top the Richards family,
Yes.
it is the embodiment of the human mind or all minds' abilities.
Yes, so the Endless is from Neil Gaiman's Sandman. And we know that Dream's siblings are Death, Destiny, Despair, Desire, Delirium, and Destruction.
Yeah. Literally the most powerful things in that universe.
Yes.
So then you could also say, like, those similar entities in the Marvel universe are their strongest.
Sure.
Like,
So, like,
Eternity.
I would argue if you're going to go up against the Richards in the MCU, Odin's kids are pretty strong.
Yeah, they're gods.
That's true.
They are.
That's a good point.
That
Zeus's children.
the real game changer for me is absolutely the Valeria Franklin thing. When Franklin was powerhouse,
Was.
yeah,
He
at his
is.
peak,
Yeah.
he's unstoppable. Right now, not so much. But hey, that should change eventually. Comics are cyclical.
Yeah.
Cyclical. Comics are motorcycles.
Next up. You've been tasked with leading an X-Men team. What's your power? And who's on your team? No more than 9 members, including yourself.
Be forewarned, I have 2 groups, so choose where I should be based on that.
I have one.
I will go first. I'm giving myself what I'm calling time/memory alteration. So by touching someone, I have implanted in their history, in their head, me always have being there.
Okay.
And my group is like,
Tactile telekinesis, essentially.
right.
Yeah, it's kind of limited, but alright.
That's kind of what?
Kind of limited, but okay.
Well, my group is more or less like a get in, get out kind of strike team. Right? So I have Bobby Drake, Iceman, Havoc, Nightcrawler, Shadowcat, Psylocke, Forge, Magic, and X-23.
Okay, so you said something I wasn't expecting you to say, so now I'm wondering how many people are going to have overlap.
A bit. There's already a bit of overlap for me. Like, everyone except the first 2 choices on your team, I think are great for a stealth group.
Yes. But I also need people, if this is going to be very Ocean's 11-y, I need faces to draw attention.
Bobby could be the best grease man ever.
Yep. And Havoc is there to just kind of,
He's a distraction. He's a big fireworks show.
Exactly. But I have a teleporter. I have 2 assassins. Forge makes all the gadgets, even in a pinch. Magic's the muscle. And
transportation.
Yeah, and transportation. And X-23 is my tracker.
It is a strong team.
And I come in with the no one's going to remember anything bad happened because they're just going to remember me. So that's
a good one.
That's my X team. Joe.
So, me and you are very similar, by the way. I picked that I can create a field around me, a bubble that can slow down time. I also went with the infiltration team. I have my thief, Gambit, Nightcrawler. I have my muscle, Colossus. I have my powerhouses, Rogue and Jean Grey.
Is that enough slots?
No, you don't have to have 9. It's up to 9.
Yeah,
I'm using all 8 slots.
I went 6.
8 is enough.
Yeah, because
8's
I
obviously
felt
enough. Not enough.
for
Like 16.
an infiltration team, smaller numbers.
Vinny.
So I went with, I don't have a theme at all to my team.
It's fine.
I have Rogue, Jean Grey, Storm, Mystique, Polaris, Petra, Sway, and Gambit. And then there's me. I have Captain America powers, and I'm just a big, strong tactician guy. And me and Gambit just were bros.
I thought you were about to say you and Gambit just run trains.
I mean, each other. I mean, listen, when they, when he's putting them off with his like crass behavior, and I'm just like, look out for one another and be nice. They're like, he's a good dude, great muscles, nice pecs.
Gambit's really suave though.
Gambit can emit pheromones like Spider-Woman can.
Yeah, he can.
Yeah, well, he cleans up after I break their hearts because I'm like, I can't stay attached because I'm going to outlive all of you. You're all going to die, and I'm going to live to be 130.
Exactly 130?
Mm-hmm.
That's not living forever. All right.
Must suck to know.
Kyle, what do you got?
So I think we've talked about this before. I'm pretty consistent in what I would want my power to be. The closest thing I could think of would be Vulcan's energy manipulation, but specifically I want to be able to absorb, convert, and also project it. So
like Bishop?
I don't know if he can technically convert energy, but I know he can absorb it and project it. So I would basically just be like a full-time hero version of Vulcan, if you want to think of it that way. Obviously Colossus is on my team, right? Obviously Storm is on my team. Legion, probably for maybe not all of you would realize that he would be another obvious on my team. But then Forge, for the same reason that Justin had mentioned before. Iceman, for the same reason Justin had mentioned before. I want another guy who can pretty much get us out of any situation. So like between Forge and Legion, I wanted a third person who can pretty much be a wild card and do it all. So I'm throwing Darwin in there as well. And then I want Magic, Kitty Pryde, and Rogue to finish off the team.
Strong roster.
All right. All right, buddy.
You pulling up the rear?
Let's do it. Come on, buddy.
Okay. My strike team, my hardcore strike team. It's kind of weird how much Kyle and I have in common because I too want to be an energy manipulator with slightly heightened strength, agility, and durability. But if you're an energy manipulator, you could probably fly by repelling that energy, so I'd have that on top of it too. The team that would be around me, I know it's kind of a cop-out, but I want Logan there. You need a Wolverine, and I want the original.
I was thinking that too. I feel like his and my personality clash.
Yeah, I could see that with you two guys. Too many alphas.
Yeah, Logan's not going to work well with me.
Nah.
Yeah. Nightcrawler for a grease man.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of unstoppable. Sync and Rogue, who in a lot of ways have similar abilities, but they're Rolodex characters. When they're at their peak, and yes, I'm getting them at their peak, they can control countless ability sets.
Yeah.
They're both strong in their own right, but I think I want the Juggernaut in there. He's technically an X-Man. Right now, he's a good guy, too. And completely brutal. Shadowcat, because she is virtually unstoppable, incredibly skilled. Cypher, because maybe, if you're thinking about this as a role-playing game, you never have to get into a fight.
Almost put Cypher on my fucking team.
Yeah. Because he doesn't just understand verbal language, he understands
everything.
All language. Body language, posturing, all that shit. He could end a fight before it starts.
Good old friend Doug.
And it's pretty good that I'm up to date on characters, because Rasputin 4 covers so many bases. She's part Shadowcat. She can phase.
Yeah.
She's part Colossus, because he's got his skin. She's a telepath. She's got Quentin Quire's abilities there. And, there's a fourth one. Oh, yeah, she's got Magic Soul Sword.
Yeah.
So, she's beast mode. Now, that's my strike team. I have a story-based team as well. Because after everything that's going on with Krakoa, I would like to put together a team that's essentially the 5, the ones who do regeneration of mutants, which are Hope, Summers, Egg, Elixir, Proteus, and Tempest.
You call him by his proper name, sir.
Oh, no, he's Egg now.
No, I don't care what they say. It's Gold
Egg
Balls,
before them.
and it'll always be Gold Balls.
He's Egg. He serves a higher power now. He has a greater purpose. Along with them, just to make it interesting and a lot of headbutting going on, Exodus, who's complete faithful to Hope Summers and almost no one else. Bishop, who at one time tried to hunt and kill Hope. And Cable, her father, the only person that was able to stop Bishop from hunting and killing Hope.
That's a good family.
Trauma
right there.
factory.
That's good. Solid X teams, guys.
Yes. We all seem to like these characters a bit.
A lot.
I mean, I love my characters. They're nice.
Next up, and we'll go around the horn for these next two. First, the top 5 favorite songs created just for movies. I will lead off with Best You Can Do by Christopher Cross, the theme from Arthur.
Ooh, that's a good one.
It's a good fucking song.
That's a good one.
Man,
Joe.
anytime I've been caught between the moon and New York City, that's all I can think about.
I know. It happens more often than you would think. Joe?
The Oneaters with That Thing You Do.
Ah, that's a good
Almost
one.
went down that road.
It's a good one.
That song is catchy as fuck.
Yeah, it is. I could play it on the drums.
Nice.
Yeah.
Vin?
Eldest Snow / Infant Sorrow Inside of You.
I love it.
So good.
Not African Child? You don't think
No.
African Child's better than that one? No.
No. You know what though, dude? The other songs were pretty good. The clap,
The clap.
that song slaps. Going up.
Yeah.
No, he had a bunch of good ones.
Kyle?
Scotty Doesn't Know from Eurotrip.
Good fucking song.
Yeah, it's a great one.
That was a good, great one.
Doesn't
Yeah.
know if
Yeah.
Michael?
Turn around. Tell me what you see. Of course, I'm going with Neverending Story by Lamal, I think his name is. That's a person I'm pretty sure is a they.
It's probably they.
Yeah.
Next up for me, Ghostbusters. For Ray Parker Jr.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You got it.
It's the power of love. Ding, ding.
Yes.
Power of love.
That's on like 2 of my playlists.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah.
Dude, I rock out every time I
Fucking
hear
love
it.
that song. Played a lot of Huey Lewis in my final days at the post office.
Oh boy. Did you sit across, like, above your supervisor's desk and be like, this album right here, people thought was going to be a classic
There
hit.
were days.
Do you like Huey Lewis in the news?
News.
Look at my embossed business card. See the way the font really pops?
Hip to be square.
Vinny.
I have America. Fuck yeah.
Okay.
Team America World Police.
It's a good song.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Walmart, fuck yeah.
Taco Bell.
Fuck yeah. Bed Bath & Beyond. Fuck yeah.
So good.
Kyle.
Rainbow Connection from the original Muppets movie.
Yeah.
Right
Yeah.
here.
That song tugs at the heartstrings.
Yeah, it
The
does.
cockles. Back to me.
Back to you.
I was going to say Ghostbusters, but someone already took that one.
Sorry, bro.
So I'm going to go with You Got the Touch by Stan Bush from the Transformers, the movie.
Wow.
Later done by
Wow.
Marky Mark and Boogie Nights. I don't know who did it better.
That was, it's solid. Back to me, huh? Shallow from A Star Is Born.
It's a good one.
That's a good one.
Fucking
Yeah.
love that song,
I
man.
had that as an alternate in
Yeah.
case somebody took my others.
The Raiders March.
Ooh.
in general.
I
Now,
wasn't really thinking soundtracks.
yeah,
though.
see, now that's not what I was going here. It was songs created just for movies, not instrumentals.
Yeah.
I don't think it counts. I can come back to you if you'd like, or if you have a backup.
I do have a backup.
Okay.
If this is a deep pull.
What do you got?
Make 'em Laugh from Singing in the Rain.
No.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, Joe.
Well, somebody went to film school.
Vinny?
Walk Hard, Dewey Cox.
Okay.
That's the
love it.
theme.
I love it.
Okay. Kyle?
Mrs. Robinson from The Graduate.
That was one of
Yes.
my backups.
Yes.
Mike?
Is Your Love Strong Enough by Brian Ferry. It's that really weird song at the end of Legend. The one that doesn't belong.
Wow.
Really doesn't belong at all. But still kind of fits now. I've seen it like 100 times in my life. I couldn't imagine it without that.
Right. Fourth for me is Lose Yourself from 8 Mile.
Forget it.
Ooh, I am running low on possible songs.
Joe?
Springtime for Hitler and Germany.
Well played, Mr.
Great Mel
Plavko.
Brooks.
Oh, one
Well.
of us could sing that.
Played, sir. Joe's the only one who can get away with that on air.
Yep.
I
Mel Brooks
appreciate
is the only one who could do Hitler jokes
appreciates
and
that.
make it funny.
Vinny?
Uncle Fucker, Harrison Phillip.
It's a great song.
That should have been
Yep.
the Oscar nomination instead
Yeah.
of Blame Canada.
Well, it's kind of hard to get that one through.
The medley is probably the best song in that
Oh.
movie.
Yeah.
Kyle?
Sound become a marathon.
Eye of the Tiger from Rocky 3.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Through all the fight.
Michael?
View to a Kill. Duran Duran from the 007 film View to a Kill.
Oh yeah, Joe, how come you
I
didn't
never
put any
guessed that.
songs from the James Bond movies?
Oh.
Last song for me, 9 to 5 by Dolly Parton.
There is a cartoon movie that came out in 1967 featuring the Beatles, and the song Hey Bulldog was made specifically for the movie. Great bass line.
Is that still a favorite, Joe?
It's one of my all-time favorite Beatles songs. Yeah,
Yeah, I remember we talked about this before.
yeah.
I didn't know that about that song.
That one, and like 3 of the songs were specifically written for those movies, and they wrote them like in a day.
Wow.
Vinny?
So I can't use the 89 Batman music, right? We said none of that?
Well, the Prince stuff.
You can use the Prince song, but you can't use like the
No, I like the instrumental because I feel like it kind of made the movie.
Really did.
I agree.
The back end
But
is fucking tight.
if Justin is going to be a stickler for the rules,
I mean,
what would
Yeah.
Brian Boitano do?
If he was here right now,
He's probably kicking ass
Yeah.
too.
that's what Brian Botano do. Brian Botano went to the Alps fighting grizzly bears.
I saw that movie in the theater with my mom.
He used his magical fire breath and saved the Maiden's Fair. Kyle?
You know what? I'm actually, my list is actually, you guys took my list, so I'm looking online at a list right now,
Wow.
and I would say of the remaining songs that I see, "The Wind Beneath My Wings" from Beaches.
Good
That's a
song.
great song.
Very sad movie.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Can I take mine back?
I don't think you can. I don't know.
What?
I'm going to take mine back.
Why?
Celine Dion, the Titanic song.
My heart will go on.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
I don't know, man. That's
Okay.
pretty basic.
That won an award, I think.
Yeah.
Best song ever.
No.
One of them.
Mike?
Best movie ever made.
Draw me like one of your French girls.
Did you guys ever watch that from the perspective of Billy Zane?
No, but I'm picturing it now.
Dude, if you ever watch it again, just watch it as if you're on Team Billy Zane.
I mean,
And you're watching
he's a bit of a douche, though.
It's not.
No,
when
it
you
is.
think about the J.P. Morgan scandal with the Titanic,
he was a dick.
and who he potentially could be,
He was a dick.
one of the wealthy people.
He was a dick prior to her shacking up with the street rat.
He wasn't a dick.
He was.
Totally.
He was a dick.
He was actually really, you got to think about it like this, dude. He gave Jack Dawson to come to dinner with them, and $20. Back then, that's like $1,000 or more, and a couple cigarettes.
He wasn't doing it as out of the kindness of his heart, though. He was doing it to embarrass him.
Yeah.
But I mean, Jack's the kind of guy who wouldn't get embarrassed by it. He was a street dollar.
Yeah, but like Billy Zane's character didn't know that. He was trying to use his money to be an even bigger dick than he already was being.
If Jack is Aladdin, he's absolutely Jafar.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, dude. Well, do you guys know the
street rat?
The monster of Jekyll Island?
The what?
The monster of Jekyll Island and the concept of J.P. Morgan deliberately tarnishing the Titanic.
We have a show for this.
We have our own show for that.
Well, I'm just saying, this is why I'm saying watch from Billy Zane's perspective, because Billy Zane is one of the wealthy guys on the ship, and if J.P. Morgan wanted to take out Billy Zane's actually a good guy.
Huh?
No, never mind. Mike, what's your last song?
Okay. Another one where maybe one person in this group will remember Who's Johnny from Short Circuit.
Who's Johnny? She said. Who is
Smiled in a special way. Who's Johnny? She said. Dun, 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 dun.
Johnny?
Right. Dancing Robot movie.
Fucking
love that.
Great movie. Great song. Tracy is listening to this right now, and she absolutely just popped big when she heard you say, "Who's Johnny?"
It is quintessential 80s.
Uh-huh.
And all the best parts of it.
So hard. Next up, what are the top 5, in your opinion, Saturday morning cartoon themes? I will begin.
We're gonna have overlap. You know this.
I told you I have 9 songs, so I will do my 5, and I'll plug in anything that doesn't get used. But number 1 for me, Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Do.
Well, shit.
We're the Chipmunks.
I don't even remember that song.
Yo, that show was
Alvin,
awesome.
Simon.
T-N-O-T-M-U-N-K.
We're the Chipmunks. All right, Joe.
You notice their voices were way cooler when you were a kid? They're just fucking grating now.
No, they're not, they still don't grate on me.
Real Ghostbusters.
It's just the fucking Ray Parker song.
Yeah, but it's still awesome. It really, the cartoon, Saturday morning cartoon theme.
I'll allow it, but you're on thin ice, Bravdo.
I do have others.
Vinny.
DuckTales.
Woo!
The woo.
I had that one.
I stayed away from that one because I knew it was going to appear. Kyle.
Has to be.
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, that one was on my list. So I'm gonna say Tiny Toon Adventures.
That's a great
Good one. Also stayed away from that one. Mike.
Took my Alvin and the Chipmunks, so I'm going to go with, even though I didn't watch it too much, Tasmania had a great song.
Come to
Stuck in my head, even
Tasmania.
though it wasn't
Come to
huge.
Tasmania.
We need you.
Next for me is Captain Planet. He's our
I had that
hero. Gonna take pollution down to 0.
Fucking
How'd that work out?
banger. Imagine singing that in like a
That's so good.
Japanese anime concert. They'd
Yeah.
probably fucking melt for that one.
There's not a dry crotch in that crowd.
Nah. And he's getting slingshotted onto the fucking stage.
Sticking to everything.
Yep,
The
like a
octopus crawls down the
peekaboo.
wall.
That's Captain Planet was on my list also, but I feel like this is a as good a time as any to bring this up. So we don't do this every night, but like on nights when I put Emery to sleep, we say prayers before bed.
Yeah.
And somehow, and I don't know how this happened, Captain Planet worked his way into our nightly prayers.
It's like you pray for Captain Planet.
No, the last prayer is like that we do is like thanking God for like all the stuff in our life, and somehow I said it one time as a joke,
Yeah.
like thank you for Captain Planet for keeping the Earth safe as a joke, and it became like a Emery wants that included in the prayers every time we say them now.
Fucking awesome.
So that is how we end our prayers. Is the very last thing is like, and thank you Captain Planet for keeping the Earth safe, and then it's like amen after that.
Your daughter.
That's like the last thing we say for
I love your
prayers.
daughter.
Just as much proof for Captain Planet.
Yeah. Michael.
Dashing and daring, courageous and caring. Gummy bears bouncing here, there, and every.
To this day, I still play that song obnoxiously loud whenever I can. Every day in the post office, loading my truck, I would have my speaker blasting. I'm pretty sure I got written up at least 3 times for belting the Gummy Bears theme song. Fighting evil by moonlight, winning love by daylight, never running from a real fight. She is the one, Sailor Moon. She would never turn her back on her friends.
She would spin around a lot, though.
She was always there to depend. Yeah, naked. She's the one on whom we can depend.
We get
She's
it.
the one.
It's Sailor Moon.
Sailor Moon.
We get it.
Joe.
It's over. It's over. Sailor Moon.
Joe.
Sailor Moon.
If it wasn't like 10:15 at night, I would do the guitar slide right now to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I have that one.
Here's in half shell.
Turtle power.
And they used it for the arcade game. Fuck, it got even better.
Yeah.
Oh, that was awesome. I love that game.
Vinny.
This one's not a banger, but it's like, it's so jingly and catchy. Inspector Gadget. That's all I know. I don't know any other part.
Go, Gadget, go!
Yeah, they do kind of pick it up.
Gadget, go!
Oh,
Those
man,
catchy
that's
as
so
fuck,
good.
though. I listened to that. I was listening. There's like playlists on Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
I was rocking out last night.
I think I'll just title Your Childhood.
Yeah.
More Your Childhood.
Yep. 80s, 90s cartoons. Fuck yeah. Kyle.
Spin it. Yeah, tailspin.
Oh,
Take that one off of my list, Neo.
tailspin.
The opening riff of the Transformers theme is
Yeah.
fucking incredible.
Yeah. Transformers. Robots in disguise.
That song reminds me of Hunter, because he would just be like, Transformers, zip to zai. It was classic for just like not hearing the song.
Yeah.
Also being like 5 or whatever the hell he was.
Number 4 for me is sometimes small crimes go slipping through the cracks. But these two
Those two.
gumshoes are picking up the slack. There's no case too big. No case too small.
We get it.
When you need help, just call. Ch-ch-ch-ch-Bandale! Rescue Rangers. Yo, that song. So good.
Well,
Like-
did you know
Yes, Joe.
that it's time for Animaniacs? Because they're zany to the max. I feel like I'm chatting right now.
They put baloney in their slacks.
To the max.
While Bill Clinton plays the sax, they're Animaniacs.
If the songs from the show weren't better than the theme, I would have put the theme on my list. But like Wacko's World
Oh,
might be one of the top 10 greatest songs ever.
mm-hmm. But yeah, theme. But yeah, if we were gonna go songs from cartoons, yeah, that might be probably his number one.
Vinny, what's your fourth?
So when I looked up a list, it said Pokemon was considered a Saturday morning cartoon.
It was.
Does that pass the litmus test?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That song is fucking great.
That song, talk about a panty wetter. I get hard every time I hear it.
Have you ever watched the dude do it live in concert with a fucking band?
Dude, I can imagine it's like a Beatles concert.
It's fucking crazy. They did it.
Yeah, I would be one of them.
He's done it at a couple cons, and just like the band starts shredding, and he's like, "I want to be the very best," and the fucking the crowd's nuts.
Dude, I can imagine.
Pokemon definitely deserves to be on the list.
So good. And, if you play it backwards, it's probably worshipping Moloch or something like that.
Maybe.
But it's all good. It's all good.
Kyle.
Hey Arnold.
Yeah. I knew you were going to have that on your list, so I didn't put it on mine.
Arnold.
For me, it's barely a theme song. It's more of a jingle at this point, but it's slightly longer. The Looney Tunes Merry Melody opening theme song.
Yo, it's good.
Oh,
And the whole fucking world knows
Yeah.
it. It's
Yeah.
so ingrained. So classic.
This one holds a special place in my heart now because Zach and I watch this show a lot. But the theme for A Pup Named Scooby-Doo is a fucking banger.
Scooby-Doo. I love that show.
Yeah, it's so good. All the music, like, in the entire series is great. But that fucking theme song, like, it stops him. He will be in, like, a rampage downstairs. And I'll just put it on and he'll stop. And he's like, "Dog." I'm like, "Yes."
My next one is an instrumental. The theme from the Beetlejuice cartoon.
Yeah.
That was a great cartoon.
Was it its own thing, or was it just the Danny Elfman song?
It was a twist on the
Yes.
Elfman song.
Okay,
Yes.
the cartoonified version of that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Vinny?
Sparkling Duck.
Darkwing
Hey, man, let's
Duck.
get dangerous.
Let's get dangerous. Darkwing Duck. Yo, all
I was concerned.
those fucking Disney cartoons. Incredible.
Oh, yeah. Bangers.
Just what I was about to say, I was concerned it was just going to be a list of all of those openings.
I gave one on the list. Got it. My honorable mentions don't even have them. I just figured they'd all be covered. Kyle.
I am actually completely out because everyone else stole mine, but I'll say Rugrats.
Yeah,
It's
that's a great
classic
I know
intro,
that.
man.
Even I know that one.
Yeah.
Me gusta.
I was going to go with the Dungeons and Dragons one, but I can't even remember it off the top of my head. I remember, like, the what it looked like, the animation. They were on the roller coaster, and then it goes
Yeah.
into the alternate universe. So I'm going to go with Heathcliff. I watched so much fucking Heathcliff as a kid.
Heathcliff.
No one should terrorize their
neighborhood.
Heathcliff just won't be on time. You should realize they can do with you. So yeah, part of it. I got part of it.
Fucking, that's a great cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
My honorable mentions: Hong Kong Phooey, number one super guy, and it's the Care Bear Countdown, and the theme to Samurai Jack.
Back to the past. Samurai. Okay.
Yeah. That theme is fucking great. That underrated show.
When your room looks kind of weird and you wish that you weren't there, just close your eyes and make believe, and you can be anywhere. Muppet babies, make your dreams come true. Muppet babies.
I'm so butthurt that's nowhere. Does any streamer have that?
No,
No,
nobody's got
they
it.
can't.
Yeah, they can't.
It's a fucking bullshit licensing thing.
It was the same deal as the Wonder Years because they used so much copyrighted content from other things.
Yeah.
They can't.
That's the whole reason Disney redid it.
Yeah, they can't stream it anywhere.
Such a good show. Such good animation.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dude, that Star Wars episode was hilarious.
Oh,
Darth
great.
Vader, Chewbacca the cookie.
Yeah.
I remember that shit my entire life.
All right. It's time to end like we do by adding "you piece of shit" to the end of dialogue from 3 of your least favorite children's movies.
You've been waiting for it here, kids.
Here we go.
Wonder what I'm going to pick? If you've been paying attention, you shouldn't be wondering.
I might catch some shit for some of these, but I don't care. There is no greater gift than friendship, you piece of shit.
Lilo and Stitch.
No.
No,
Tron?
doesn't like.
Oh, it's ones you don't like?
Close.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of ones you don't like.
Tron would be close.
Mac and me.
Close. No. Ralph Breaks the Internet.
You didn't like Ralph Breaks the
I do
Internet?
not like Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Wow.
I
That was pretty
love Wreck-It Ralph.
Wasn't as good as the first one.
Not
No,
even-
it wasn't as good as the first one. I still like the second one, but yeah, it definitely was not as good as the first one.
Joe.
Let's see. If I had a stomach, I know I would be sick, you piece of shit.
Toy Story?
Nope. I love that movie. Anybody?
Oh.
Toy Story 2.
No.
Trolls?
No. No. Anybody?
No.
I had a stomach.
I had a stomach. I know I would be sick.
I know I've heard the fucking line.
I guarantee, like, you know this movie. And it's not a good movie.
Can't even fathom. I'll kick myself in the ass for
Yeah.
it. But
Return to Oz.
Ooh.
Yeah.
and that it was formative for all the wrong reasons.
I was gonna like go with like an automatic like with the Wheeler thing, but I'm like, you know what? Let me go with a one that's
Really vague and obtuse.
yeah, completely vague.
Now, is it Vinny?
Is I?
Yes, Vinny.
Love is putting someone else's needs before yours. You piece of shit.
I also know that line.
Yeah, I do too.
Sure you do. It's very
Let me
Disney.
That's some kind of clue. I don't know what it means, but it's a clue.
Love is putting someone else's needs before.
Love is a battlefield. I know.
Man,
that.
it's cold. You guys don't know
Yeah,
that
I
quote.
knew it. It was from Frozen,
Wall-E.
wasn't it? It's Frozen.
Yeah.
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 Black.
You one of those, are you?
I've never seen it, so.
Kyle, yes.
Kyle, yes? Oh, I don't want to be a princess. In a constitutional monarchy, Parliament has all the real power, you piece of shit.
Mulan.
Princess Diary.
I picked this quote because I think it explains the kind of garbage movie that it is.
painted the duck blue because I've never seen a blue duck, and I wanted to see it.
It's an excellent blue duck, Michael.
Thank you, Miss Lippy.
The Cat in the Hat.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a bad movie.
I also have a quote from that movie.
Yeah,
It's
that was
bad.
That was a swirly shit turd factory.
Mike, what do you got?
Okay. Hey, look at all the cars, you piece of shit. Pretty nice. Never gonna fucking get this.
No,
No.
I tapped on this one early.
Cars.
No. Mac and me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my, dude, you were here, right? Yeah, because we were scrolling through.
What were we watching?
We were scrolling through Tubi, and the clip they show for Mac and Me
That's right.
is the fucking clip with the wheelchair, and James nearly pissed himself laughing.
Oh.
He's like, "What is this?"
Because it's not the exact clip
No.
that Rudd uses. They use like 3 to 4 seconds before the
Yes.
one he uses, and a little bit after. So like it starts up, and I'm like, "Is this the holy shit?" It is. And James like looks up from his phone, and it's just
Die.
what is? Did he know? I don't think he knew, right?
No,
He had
no,
context
he
of
had
it.
nothing. He just came into that whole bit fresh and just lost his shit.
Yeah. It's such a dumb movie.
Okay, next for me, I'm the god of friggin' mischief. What did you expect, you piece of shit?
Is that The Mask too?
It sure is.
That movie sucked.
Never even seen it.
I hate to say I did. Alright, this is two
I
characters.
paid money to rent that movie.
Oof.
Oh, that's even worse.
Joe.
So, two characters. You've come back. Yeah, we like to drop in about every 3 to 4 centuries.
Hercules.
Blank, blank, blank.
What?
You didn't answer in the proper format. Sorry, you don't win Double Jeopardy.
Show me Hercules.
Shut up, you piece
No.
of shit.
Give up?
Yeah.
I give up.
Ninja Turtles 3.
Oof.
Oh, what?
We couldn't even make it through that. You guys remember that?
Yeah, I
That
sure
was
do.
the first. That was the first watch along we ever stopped.
We quit.
Yeah.
We changed it.
So
You don't like that one?
So fucking
Third
painful.
one's
No.
trash.
The one where they go back in time. No, that was.
Oh, my
awful.
painful.
The,
The only
the-
cool thing about that is Elias Koteas came back to play Casey Jones.
Yeah.
I didn't go with him. So it was just
That's
like, oh, he's
it.
back. He's just hanging out here babysitting these 4 fucking Ronin.
Jim Henson's company didn't even do the suits. It was so bad.
Good tell. Who's next?
Vinny.
The only thing predictable about life is unpredictability, you piece of shit.
That is also a Disney movie.
Is it?
Look at that smile.
Yep. He's acting like he doesn't like all these fucking Disney movies.
No, these are all movies I haven't seen. Therefore, I don't like them.
This is anyway.
It's from first. You can't. Yeah, I remember what fucking movie this is from, and you can't hate this movie. You can't even.
I can't?
You can't put it on here if you've never seen it. Ratatouille is incredible.
Sure I can. I said Aquaman 2 stinks. Lo and behold, it stinks. Your words, not mine.
That had nothing to do with you. We knew it was going to suck from the get go because it was the end of a
Well,
film.
Yeah,
Well,
that was a good one.
whatchamacallit, I'm kind of a trendsetter. I have the most refined palate.
No,
So
you
what
don't.
I say
No,
goes.
you don't. You don't have a refined palate. Kyle.
I've decided the first words I want to say will be the Gettysburg Address, you piece of shit.
Newsies.
I got nothing.
No, my brain.
This level of dialogue is the reason why Baby Geniuses is also a garbage movie.
That is why. All right, then I had no idea because I've never seen it.
You know, in my mind, I jumped to something on the stupidity level of Baby Geniuses. I could have blurted that out if it had formed properly.
I had the opportunity to meet the kids who played the twins in that movie.
And didn't take the opportunity?
I was in the same place as them, and after they walked away, Jill said, "Hey, those kids were in Baby Geniuses?" And I said, "No. Why would I know that?" And she goes, "Oh, well, they were." And I said, "Who were they?" And she goes, "Obviously the twins." And I said, "Cool." Then that was it. That's how I almost met them. I found out who they were when they were 20 feet away from me walking in the opposite direction.
You were in the room with somebody way better, and because Adam West walked past us at Comic-Con.
I met Charlie Watt once
Right,
with the Rolling Stones.
Really cool.
I didn't get to shake his hand, but I waved to him and he waved back.
I was arm's reach from Chris Evans and David Duchovny. They were being escorted by security through the crowd.
Can we get back? That's not what we're... Can we just...
I would totally double leg Chris Evans right there, though.
I met the APA in an alley in Atlantic City, and I had just cut my finger off, and they were outside smoking. They're like, "What the fuck did you do?" And I was like, "Oh, I work at a deli and I sliced my finger off." And you would have thought these giant men who beat the shit out of each other for a living wouldn't have been so grossed out by this. But Bradshaw, cringed like a little bitch.
Because he is a little bitch.
Yeah, should have bullied him with your wound. Well, he bullies everyone else.
Also,
oh, wait. What did Ron Simmons say?
Damn.
There it is.
Set it up. Knock it down. Okay, back to me now?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
No, thank you. One thing about trains, you piece of shit. It doesn't matter where they're going. What matters is deciding to get on.
I like this movie.
Is that the Polar Express?
Yeah.
Polar Express.
Yeah, I figured.
Have you watched the whole thing, Mike?
Yeah,
Oh,
fortunately.
I enjoy that movie.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Painful.
Last one for me is, yeah, but without those tortured animals or drunken clowns that have hepatitis, you piece of shit.
Scooby-Doo 2.
No, he already mentioned it earlier.
Yeah, it's Cat in the Hat. Joe.
Yeah.
If you want to know how to build if you want to know
Take two. Come on, you're always better than
Yeah,
second.
second two take
a
Joe.
rocket to fly a man into outer space, don't come to me. If you need someone to perform delicate brain operation, I'm not your man. However, if you have questions whatsoever in the quality of a good pair of pants, look no further, you piece of shit. I actually seen this movie. No. I saw this movie in the movies.
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't keep us in suspense.
North.
Ooh. Wow.
Oh my God.
I saw that in the movies.
I've seen
I loved that movie as a kid.
Very weird. It's very odd. Not necessarily a kid's movie. I don't know why they marketed it toward kids.
He was... Yeah, Elijah Wood just
George and Elaine,
exploring. Yeah.
Bruce Willis. It's a very fucking odd.
Bruce Willis in a rabbit suit.
So,
It was.
at what point in that movie did you realize, yeah, maybe this isn't for me? Because when I was a kid, I loved it. But when I got older and I watched the part where he's, with the family in Alaska...
I haven't watched it since.
Don't they, ship the grandma off to die in that movie? Or did my brain make that up? Or am I confusing it with a different movie?
Or is that how you felt inside?
Did they sail her away, on a piece of ice, right? I'm pretty confident that that's that movie.
I can't believe
I'll
I'm going
back
to put
you
this
on
in
this
my
one.
Google algorithm right now.
All right, move on, Vinny.
Yeah.
You can't focus on what's going wrong. There's always a way to turn things around, you piece of shit.
His face when he's done. Okay, Gil.
Justin, you know what this is.
Probably.
0 on this.
Go ahead.
Inside Out. Dun, 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 dun. It's Inside Out.
Okay. Kyle.
Well, to be honest, I'm here this weekend to steal your fiance and make her my wife, you piece of shit.
Witches of Eastwick.
No.
Hip shot right there.
What is that?
Flubber.
Oh, wow. The wife just watched that like 2 weeks ago. Fucking hate that movie.
She's got her playlist, doesn't she?
Yeah. Michael?
All on me now. Seeing is believing. But sometimes the most real things in the world are things we can't see, you piece of shit.
Small Soldiers.
Is that also Polar Express?
That was also Polar Express.
Yeah.
Fuck that movie.
All right.
I didn't go with the voice you think I would go with.
I'm glad you
I don't
didn't,
like.
because we got to use that in a few minutes after the show's over when we talk about stuff. That's a show. Carl.
So, quick fact check. It was actually the grandfather in North, not the grandmother. But my vision of that scene really fucking did happen.
Okay.
That he's just old. He's just old and needs to float away to die.
I think that, right?
Yeah, the Inuits did that, and that's what it's on YouTube. It's Inuit scene in North. And, yeah, it's like a 5-minute clip. Fucked up. Anyway, as always, if you like what you hear, you can like us on Facebook.com/Nerdities. Follow us on Twitter @Nerdities. Email us at nerdities@gmail.com and check out nerdities.com.
While you're there, and go over to nerdities.myspreadshop.com. Buy our t-shirts, bibs, hoodies, recycled tote bags. There's travel mugs that you can store your semen in and use for skincare, if that's your thing. Head on over to sinfulcreationsbyjustin.com, CINNFUL creationsbyjustin.com, and buy sweet treats to put in your mouth holes, or other people's mouth holes. Just fill your holes, all your holes, with my sinful treats.
I have to follow that.
Yes.
Check us out at youtube.com/nerdities. Beat that. Fill your mouth holes with the subscribe button and spit a treat at the bell to get notified when the new content is coming, because a whole lot of new content is coming, and it's all better than the movie North. We have
Accurate.
Nerd ET's, our cooking show. We have the final installment of the Joe trilogy entitled Justice League. We have some shorts. We also have a feature film in the works. If you want to give us money for any of this, because these films we talked about, these really awful movies, had budgets. If they could get a budget, why can't we get a budget? If you want to give us
We
said
don't
budget,
suck enough dick.
write to us
Yeah.
at nerdities@gmail.com.
I got a friend Harvey you should meet if you want a budget.
Yeah, it's not enough dicks. It's the right dick.
No, it's true.
Yeah. A gray, nubby, crusty one.
If you're out there, we'll croon, we'll spoon, we'll talk about your business and or product.
Hey, that's all, right? The opinions of the Nerdities crew are idiotic and pointed out, but don't worry, next week's will be far more insulting.
Because of the end of civilization, the Clamp Cable Network now leaves the air. We hope you have enjoyed our programming, but more importantly, we hope you have enjoyed life.